It's Amber. Now I have glitter everywhere.
Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did.
Thank you for joining my video today. I am going to be talking about cleaning out your house. That's what these videos are. I'm not a professional, just a scientist trying to help you clean out your house because I'm doing the same thing. Today's video is on a thing called a transition room. So I have a transition room. You may end up with a transition corner, a transition closet, a transition space, a transition hallway, whatever space you want to use. Think about a space that won't be too high traffic in the sense that you're going to have to keep moving the tools that you're going to put in that space. My transition room is our spare bedroom. So obviously this doesn't get a lot of traffic. There's some clothes stored in there, and that's the only thing that we go into that room for. So besides that, it's a low traffic room, a low traffic area. So I use the bed and the space at the end of the bed. This is where I put tools to help me transition items in, out, and around the house. That's why I call it the transition room, because you're taking items in, you're sending items out, you're putting items into storage, you're packing items up, you're getting rid of items, you're deciding where these items are going to go. So in my transition room, this is where I decide, this is where I pack, this is where I store. So this is where things are done.
This is where the organization happens.
You have to have that space that's going to allow you to get things organized in a neat way. And you can use your labeling system there. That's where you start your labeling system. This is where you send things out. So you organize things to go out in the mail to be shipped away. This is also where you're going to decide if you're going to donate items, throw items away, or if you're going to keep the items. So you're obviously going to need some storage. So let me explain what I keep in my transition room. Here is my transition room. Here's a little sneak peek. So let's start. This is the transition room. This is one of our spare bedrooms, and this is what I use because it's not a high traffic area. So you want some place where you can set up a transition space, a transition room, and then you can continue to use that space as you clean out. So you don't want to have to keep moving it. So I would find a space in your house. It can even be the corner of a room. It doesn't have to be a whole room. Like here, I just hog the bed pretty much. This is a perfect area for me. It's like a giant table.
As you can see, it's a little squishy bed.
And I have some containers on the bed, as you can see. So this container here says local. It's got a giant coin collector sheath, and then it's got some instruments. So I can't really sell these things on eBay, but I want to get rid of them. And they're kind of nice for a garage sale, so I don't know if I'd put them out for a garage. So that's a great idea to have like a little local place where you can kind of sell local, or, you know, even post it on Craigslist, nextdoor.com. Whatever, someplace you can get rid of it where people can come pick it up and you don't have to pay exorbitant shipping fees for giant awkward items. So as you saw in that room, I also had some oversized items. I also had a snowboard in the corner. You probably didn't see that. So these are all big items that I'm going to try to sell locally, see if someone wants to buy them on Craigslist, on nextdoor.com, or see if I can go sell them at a shop that sells used items. My next box is my to-list box. So in here I've got items that I've found as I'm cleaning out, and I've thrown them in the box, and I decided, hey, this is good enough to go on eBay. So I'm actually going to try to sell it on eBay. Again, eBay's my, my site that I use, but you can use other sites as well, or, this can be your Craigslist box, whatever. So I just have little items here that I've thrown in here that I think could be cute. People might want it, or things that are new that really haven't been used. Like this, I've never used. It's like a little craft thing. So I throw them in here, I clean them up, and then I'll take pictures of them and then get them posted online. I'll price them out, I'll do all sorts of good stuff. So I kind of have this box here and I know where this is going. And I have my boxes labeled with my infamous note cards.
See, and then it's my box. It's the box.
It's got my stickers, it's got my tape, it's got my note cards, it has everything I need. It's got even my Sharpies in there. I always have this box with you. So this one actually lives right here on the corner of the bed, but it's easy, it's portable, it goes with me. This is your holy grail right here. Next, I have shipping boxes. So I got a bunch of stuff from the post office, from FedEx. I just have some manila envelopes, some extra pieces of cardboard, some little baby boxes, you know, things to kind of shore up my packages as I'm sending them out. We found some things in the house that were like, you know what, I really think this friend would really appreciate it. And they loved it. So we ship things out. This is also how I ship out my eBay stuff. So as you saw, I have some packing boxes in there. I did not buy any of those boxes.
Because I do not want to spend money on boxes and packing materials.
I reuse things that I have gotten in the mail. And when I send it back out, I make sure I tape up over any labels or addresses or any markings that were on the box before. But I can reuse those boxes. I can also wrap it in the paper bags that you saw that I'm storing. So I wrap it in some of that brown paper, and then it's a fresh new box on the outside, which is great. I also have boxes from the post office. So if you're going to ship things flat rate, you can have all those boxes from the post office. They're free. You just go pick them up, and then it'll send it flat rate of whatever size that box is. You can also get FedEx envelopes. I also have extra pieces of scrap of cardboard to make sure that any items that are fragile or need to stay flat, like if I send a paperback book, I'll put some extra pieces of cardboard in there so the book won't bend and get bent in the mail. I've gotten packages with tire marks on them before. Tire marks.
Like they booted my package down a mountain and then ran it over with the truck 3 times. Like tire marks in different directions. I don't know what they were doing, man, but anyways.
Me and the post office, we have a great relationship. And then see, I've got 2 little eBay items here that are ready to go. So I'm going to pack them up after this video's done, send them out to the post office today. I've got my boxes, I've got my items, and you got to pack it up and make it look nice, right? So right in front of the bed, I've got a table with a box of shipping items and packing items. So I've got bags, I've got little peanuts, I got tons of bubble wrap that I've saved from literally people just sending me stuff or things that we have unpacked in the house that, you know, picture frames that are up on the walls that we don't really need the bubble wrap for anymore. So I have literally not bought bubble wrap. I have just accumulated all of this. Feel free to reuse and reduce and recycle it. I also have paper. This is good to wrap packages with. I also have tons of air bubble stuff down here.
You know, me and my Amazon addiction.
The bubble wrapping is attacking me. Okay, there we go. It's off my foot. It was trying to get me, y'all. Trying to get me. So this one's important. This is actually a scale. I use this to ship my eBay items because you have to ship things by weight. So I just put an item on here and then it tells me the weight. So my next few boxes. So here we got some big boxes. I got some puzzles that we went through. Here I've got books, I've got cards, I've got Hot Wheels, I'll have some stamps, some flat things in the bottom so they don't get bent. Then I've got some clothes in this one. I organize everything. I try to keep the same things in these eBay buckets. So I got small items, I got clothing items, got bigger items and books, heavy items, and I got big square ones. I just try to keep it organized so I kind of know where things are when I'm going to grab it when it's sold on eBay. So I found some items here that aren't great for eBay, so I put them in a garage sale box. So this is a garage sale box. It's separate from the rest of my boxes. So these are kind of my processing boxes. And then I have this box here, which is garage sales. So when I fill it up, I'm going to take it out to the shed, and then all the garage sale stuff goes in the shed. I do have some DVDs, so I'm actually going to make a DVD garage sale box next, and that's actually going to go to the basement. So you want to put temperature sensitive items in your basement or somewhere cool or somewhere temperature control in a storage unit. If you want big packing boxes at your house, feel free to get something like apple boxes from the grocery store. I have tons of apple boxes that I use. I go to the grocery store, I ask them to save me some of their apple boxes after they put the produce out for the day, and then I'll come back and pick them up when they're done with those boxes. So when they unpack all of the fruit, they'll kind of save some in the corner for me in the back. This doesn't work all the time because it is their job to put empty boxes into the compactor, get rid of them. So another employee might come up and just take the stack to the compactor and get rid of them, and they didn't know they were being saved for someone. Go to a grocery store, go to Rite Aid, CVS, any store that is actively unpacking things all the time. They have extra boxes. They're literally just gonna go throw them in a compactor and they're gonna get recycled. So why not reuse them? So I go and ask someone in the produce department, and then I ask them when I should come back to get those boxes. And make sure you come back and get them right when they tell you to come get them. My advice would be use anything but potato and banana boxes, because those kind of get dirty, and also any wet boxes. So like broccoli will come in a wet box. You don't want to use anything that's wet, obviously, because it's got that waxy finish on it and it might come off on some of your items. Also, you can go on Craigslist, you can go on Nextdoor.com, ask your neighbors for some boxes. Say, hey, I'm putting things into storage and reorganizing my house, or I'm planning to move. Does anyone have extra boxes that I could have? Can I come pick them up? Reusing and reducing and recycling is great, because you don't want to make more demand by going out and buying new boxes when your next door neighbor could have plenty of boxes that they're throwing out in the recycle. Why not use them? So I use paper boxes for shipping and sending because they're light. All the boxes you saw in there for my storage are actually big plastic bins. So I do use cardboard boxes for a lot of things that go into our basement, holiday storage, things like that. But I use a lot of plastic bins if they're going to go outside. That means that there won't be bugs getting into them. If there's water damage, they won't be water damage because it's a waterproof bin. And also think about this, if you have a basement or something that floods, or if you're in a flood prone area, you might want to buy only waterproof bins. So bins with that locking lid on top. That's really helpful, because if you have the bottom layer of all of the storage boxes in your house and it's cardboard and you get that inch of water, let's say a pipe breaks in your house, you have now ruined every box on the bottom of every stack. So every box that is touching the ground where it's flooded, it's ruined, it's gone. So you might want to think about having the bottom layer of your boxes be some kind of waterproof container. This bin here, I actually use for storage stuff that we want to keep. So if I'm going through stuff that we don't want out, then I put it in this bin. So this is really nice to have it right here. It's convenient. So while I'm sorting through all my space here, I just put it right in here, and then when the box is full, we can put it downstairs or wherever it's going to go in the storage. This is a new bin because I just filled the other bin, so I put a new bin up here, but below it is actually a bin of my rando items. So these are like crazy items that I just don't know what to do with. I don't have a spot for them yet. So if you've ever heard of the Marie Kondo method or anything, they talk about that junk drawer. Well, yeah, I have junk bins because I have a lot more than just a drawer. So this little junk bin here is very convenient. It's stuff that I want to keep, but I haven't really sorted through, and I don't want to waste all of my sorting time just on the items that are going to go in that bin. So you saw my blue junk bin. So everyone has a junk drawer in the house, and you may have heard of the junk drawer from other professional organizers and cleaners. So I have a lot more than just a drawer. I'm sure some people do. You might have a lot more than just a drawer. So I don't think a drawer is reasonable,
Because I would need a drawer like every 5 feet in this house.
whatever it is, you're gonna have a junk drawer, a junk space. So I have that junk bin.
And my junk bin's gotta full, so I'm gonna need to start another one.
So once I fill that one, I'll label it and put it somewhere safe. Always think about if it is a temperature controlled bin or not. So by that, I mean, if you put candles or DVDs in the bin, you don't want to put those out in your storage shed where it can get 125 degrees in the summer. So you might want to put those in the basement or in a temperature controlled storage unit that you're renting, something like that. And always mark your boxes that are temperature controlled. I usually, in big Sharpie font, I put indoor only, so I know that I can't move this outside or it will ruin the contents of the box. So I've talked a lot about storage items like boxes and storage containers. Make sure you always have empty ones readily available. So if you fill one up and you're ready to move on and you've organized some things out and you're sorting a box for garage sale and you're ready to sort a box into some heirlooms that you're going to store in the basement, and then you have a box for holiday storage and you're out of boxes, your workflow has stopped. Think about that. Say, oh, I need to go post again, ask for some free boxes, or I need to run to the store real quick, get some boxes. boxes, plastic storage containers. So always make sure you have your tools ready, because if your tools aren't ready, your workflow will stop, your organizations will stop. So as you saw in my room, I didn't have any bags for donation or consignment or clothing bags. Those are actually in a different room. So I put the bags downstairs in the front room right by the front door so they can go, because if we want to donate them, it's really easy to just take them on my next trip out to do errands. Then I can just take them and go dump them in that donation box or drop them off at that church drop-off box, whatever it is. It's super easy and it's just ready to go by the front door. So I hope you enjoyed my transition room. Again, this is a spare bedroom. It's not really a high traffic area, but all you need is a corner. That's all you need. A corner, maybe even a closet. You can use a small closet that you have, you know, put these bins, your packing materials, a trash can, a recycle bin, boxes to pack things in. Don't forget your little holy grail of your tape and your Sharpies and your markers and your labeling supplies. Don't forget that. I hope you enjoy my toucan in my pocket today. This is my little cleaning buddy. So when you have your transition room, you want to choose a space where you can store boxes. You can store your little holy grail box that I talked about in last week's video. You can store some packing materials, and you have room to actually pack boxes, move them around, and then put them where they're supposed to go. So you will need some room for storage. So that's why I said if you have an empty closet you're not using, or maybe if you want to clean out a closet and use a small closet as this transition space, then you can store big items in there that you're transitioning through, and you can even stack boxes. So that could work. You always want to have some kind of flat working space. The more you prepare yourself with your tools, the better off you're going to be, and the happier you're going to be, and the easier it's going to be to sort, which is fantastical. Mwah. Mwah. And you're getting rid of things, and they're going bye-bye, and you are happy, and you are content. I didn't do a hair flip in this video yet. There we go. I think I have to do a hair flip in each video. That should be required for my videos. Or should I transition to the sexy hair swoop? Oh god, and then my my hair gets stuck in my bracelet. This is why I'm single, folks. This is why. Let's clean out together. Thanks for watching this video today. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope I can help you in any little bit so you can make some progress. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Unorganized mess. Disorganized. I can't in English today.